Wage theft, tax fraud, and labor trafficking affect thousands of people in the United States. Not familiar? Wage theft is the denial of wages or employee benefits rightfully owed to an employee, whether through misclassification to avoid workers' comp premiums, payments in cash to avoid tax withholdings, or simply not paying at all. This theft denies workers their hard-earned wages. How does it happen on construction sites? Often, wage theft is a byproduct of labor trafficking. Both offenses are intertwined, often targeting immigrants and minors. Labor trafficking is a form of human trafficking, where victims are made to perform a task through force, fraud, and coercion. It's directly supported by a construction business model that puts profit before people. Here's how this type of business model works. Developers or owners of properties hire general contractors to oversee the work on their construction projects. General contractors are responsible for hiring subcontractors who specialize in components of a build such as framing, drywall, flooring, interior systems, and more. Some subcontractors even hire other subcontractors to do their work. These subcontractors then hire labor brokers who bring workers, even children, in to complete this work, often through false promises of good pay and safe working conditions. Once these workers are on site, they face long hours, hazardous work sites, lack of access to insurance of any kind, and wages much lower than promised, if they are received at all. Money that should go to workers and their families is cycled back to the developers, general contractors, subcontractors, and labor brokers who exploit their workforce to get the most money out of each project. Engaging in wage theft allows contractors and developers to underbid honest contractors and developers. Oftentimes, the bid is so low, developers and owners should easily know that it can't be met without wage theft, tax fraud, and trafficking happening on their work sites. And when workers ask about their hard-earned wages, they often face threats of violence, deportation if they are immigrants, actual assault, or find themselves out of work and unable to support themselves and their families. Labor brokers will do and say whatever they can to keep the cycle of profit moving smoothly in their favor through this criminal business model, all on the backs of workers. So why should this matter to you? Besides the obvious abuse of construction workers and their inability to make a living by paying with cash, companies avoid tax withholdings that contribute to your community's bridges, schools, public safety, and more. More than $8.4 billion a year is lost to construction industry tax fraud. So what can we do? Educate yourself on how labor trafficking, wage theft, and tax fraud are in direct violation of human rights. This could be happening in your own backyard. If you see it, report it. Often workers are hesitant to report it themselves for fear of physical or mental harm, or the loss of the meager payments they receive that puts food on their tables. Stand up and speak out for workers. Help protect their lives, lives of their families, and your communities. For more information, visit stoptaxfraud.net. To report suspected wage theft, labor trafficking, or tax fraud on a construction site, submit your findings on North Central State's Regional Council of Carpenters online form.